Hello and welcome back to the final round of Swiss here at YCS Melbourne 2018. I'm still here with Lockie Porters and we have an interesting final match for you.
We do. One I'm very excited about, being that I played Blue Eyes last YCS, seeing it in our round 10 matchup.
Yeah, so and
it's quite cool.
On the bubble as well. So these guys are very, very close to being out. Like literally, I think it's
win or lose.
Win or lose kind of deal. But even if they win, if a lot of people draw above these guys in the standings right now, then even then they might not be in. But still, you know, if you lose this, you're definitely not in. Let's put it that way.
They're fighting for survival. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this matchup. What do you feel about Blue Eyes? You know, against SPYRAL. Why has he been so successful here?
I think the pure power that the Blue Eyes deck brings to the format. He's still a big monster with 3,000 attack.
Yeah.
Not much obviously lines up with that. Yeah, I think he may have the puzzle, the answer to the SPYRAL puzzle, seeing as he has gotten this far in the tournament.
Okay, well, let's see if he's able to overcome SPYRALs. I just couldn't get my words out.
We're both getting a bit tongue-tied.
I know. Overcome.
Just excited.
Yeah, exactly. Overcome the SPYRAL deck here in round 10. Let's go over to the table. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Chris going first with SPYRALs.
Yes.
Are you planning to go first build or go second build?
Not really definitive.
Guess we'll see how he opens up, and that might answer our question.
Yeah, I think it is go first. Yeah, it is go first. Yeah. Okay. So let's see where this has to go here. Let's have a look. See if we've got their opening hands lining up. That could go from amazing to that could go from not amazing to amazing very quickly. Oh no, Ash is going first, unless Chris just passed, which I think is unlikely. Oh no, that's likely. Chris's opening hand is awful. He's got Super Agent, Cypherm Driver, Cypherm Gamma, Assault, and Ash.
That's what you want to see in your first hand. That Ash though, you have seen come very helpful over this weekend. That is for sure.
Yeah. So sending. Dragon with white something white dragon. Which
Dragon Spirit of
Dragon
White.
Spirit, that's the one. Dragon Spirit of White, sending White Stone of Legend. That White Stone of Legend lets him go and search for a Blue Eyes White Dragon that he can use to trade in.
Which is what he's doing right now. Does have the Soul Charge in his hand.
Yeah, so hard to say here because obviously we can't see what he got a trade in, but he really needs Card of Consonance. Okay, Soul Charge straight away.
Soul Charge?
This could be pretty devastating because he could make a pretty unstoppable board here.
Let's have a look at his extra deck and see what he's playing. He's got a few links, obviously Spirit Dragon and Azure Eyes. So he does have access to that Spirit now if he wants it, to turn into Azure Eyes in his opponent's turn, which looks like it might be what he's doing. Spirit, of course, can change into more than just Azure. There's the Moonlight target as well to bounce something back to Chris's hand if he chooses to do that.
Yeah. Our chat is, well, some people are saying, yeah, of course there's going to be one Blue Eyes in the top cut. There always is at YCS Australia. But there are other people like, why is there Blue Eyes here?
Yeah, unfortunately, last year wasn't me on the top cut. But I still had a good time.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see. I mean, he's been making, must have been making some good moves here to be this far. It was unfortunately gammed though.
Not something you want to see, that's for sure.
Nope. Still, the strongest monster on the field is the unstoppable Blue Eyes White Dragon. That was a quote from Kyber, by the way, not my own quote of the fact that it's unstoppable. Certainly not the most unstoppable monsters nowadays, but still
Kyber certainly is
one of the strongest.
Very proud of his blue eyes.
Yeah, he is. We actually had Yugi and Kyber over for a YCS in Europe just a couple of months back.
That would have been an interesting matchup.
Yeah, yeah. They introduced the YCS. I'm pretty sure that's on YouTube somewhere. Yeah, they had
very cool.
Yeah, they had a great time. Everyone was meeting them, and yeah, it was fab.
Awesome. Ash still had access to his normal summon. So yep, here comes the other dragon, Spirit Light, Blue Eye Spirit Dragon.
So we got Spirit here. Spirit's one of the key extra deck monsters that can prevent a graveyard effect, as well as you contribute it to summon a dragon synchro monster from your extra deck.
Correct.
And that's...
It will be destroyed in the end phase, however,
yeah.
Azurize does protect himself with his own effect.
Exactly that.
Also, Return of the Dragon Lords can also come in handy in that situation.
Yep, so usually if he doesn't have Return of the Dragon Lords, he'll get the Azurize.
It also is a helpful card for the Pendulum matchup, because your opponent can't special summon more than one monster at a time.
Yep.
So it makes Pendulum summoning quite hard.
Yep. Yeah, Chris here has got having a tough time. He's got 2 cards left in his hands, and that's really not ideal.
Do we remember what those 2 cards were?
Let's see if I can...
See if we can go back and have a look and find out.
If I could turn back time. Okay, they are Spiral Mission, Assault, and Super Agents.
I think it comes down to what Chris draws for this next turn.
So yeah, we were just having some confirmation here as to whether Chris gets to look at his opponent's deck, even though, because of the effect of Whitestone of Legend, allows you to go straight for Blue Eyes, but if there's no more targets, then it's not going to be able to resolve. And if you... yeah, essentially, you get to look.
And Chris has drawn the double summon for turn.
So we've got a time extension, so this round will go on a little bit more.
Chris still weighing up his options.
Yep.
Don't know what much he can do here, unfortunately, with the hand that he has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this...
Whereas Ash can make Azurize in his end phase, in the end phase of Chris's turn, and summon one of his boys next turn.
Yep.
And he is drawing
Misses with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he really doesn't have much. I don't know why he even tried to summon the Super Agent there, because...
And we just saw alternative White Dragon on the top of Ash's deck.
Yeah.
So he's just going to...
Set random monster, pass.
So I think we see here him tag out then for the Azurites, and then I think we see the Dragon Spirit of White come out to banish his back row. I think that's what we're going to see happen here. Ash will draw for turn, activate the effect of the Azurites. Sure enough, and I think we're going to see Dragon Spirit of White. Yep. There it is, and the back row effectively gets banished due to that.
Yeah. People are saying in chat here that that Blue Eyes won the dice roll. I don't think that's true. Chris won the dice roll, chose to go first. He's playing go first spirals, then he just bricked really heavy.
There's the alternative White Dragon there.
Here's this raw power we were talking about.
Blue Eyes, 3k monsters and 2/5 monsters.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
With the Blue Eyes in his hand too, he is able to switch out if Chris has a monster for the Blue Eyes with his Dragon Spirit of White.
Yeah.
So he needs that extra little bit of attack. He certainly can get it. So Azura's effect now has run its course.
Yeah.
As Chris has drawn for turn, I believe. Yes, he has.
Yeah.
And the Rhoda.
Christopher's just not used to this. This
No.
is absolute just damage. There's just so much damage the Blue Eyes can just bring out of nowhere. Because in all honesty, you would usually want to keep a hold of that Super Agent because you know you got to make double helix. And
but when they can do something that's 8,000 damage there, if he left his board empty, that was game. So he had no choice but to throw down that Super Agent.
Exactly. I think Ash Michawd here is just, he's just in complete control. Chris calls it a day.
There we go.
Wow, that was devastating.
Blue Eyes, taking game one.
Yeah. Wow, that is surprising. I was expecting SPYRAL to have a little bit more control than that, but I think that first game at least he was able to, you know, really show us why he's here.
Yeah. Keeping his dreams for the top cut alive, at least at this point of the day. See what happens in games 2 and maybe 3 if we get that far.
Let's see our players here willing to share their siding options. So what's Ash got here in terms of side deck options?
He does have a Gamma-Cell in here if he chooses to put that in to deal with the sleeper problem.
Yeah.
Whether he's only playing the one of it though, so maybe it's there to hold purely for that situation alone.
Mm-hmm.
He does have Thunder King in his side deck as well.
I love Thunder King.
Will of course shut down any cards going to search through the deck, i.e. Chris's Spiral Resort.
Yeah, also helps with the link summoning. If he decides to use it like that, he can just negate one of those link summons.
So I think we might see the Kaiju and the Thunder Kings come in to this next game.
Thunder King is a weird one though because it's a go first kind of card. I wouldn't expect him to put it in this time.
He is versing the go first deck, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's going to be going second this time. Thunder King, I wouldn't expect.
Maybe game 3 we get it. Oh, we might see it come in.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, absolutely. I think that this was a bit of a surprise here with Blue Eyes.
A pleasant surprise, though, definitely to say.
Yeah.
This was a deck I was hoping to see on the feature this weekend.
Yeah,
so
well, there you go.
I'm quite glad we've seen it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was quite unfortunate for Christopher that he, you know, didn't open great there, and Blue Eyes opened pretty well. So it was a mixture of both. let's see if in this second game, if Christopher opens any better, if the Blue Eyes deck can still win.
Ash then accidentally showing his Shuffler Reborn to Chris. Chris at least now knows one card in his deck.
Yep.
If he chooses to Mind Crush. I'm assuming if he does, though, he might be calling the Blue Eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. As we just said, yeah, people in chat are saying, yeah, of course, Spiral Break, that's why Blue Eyes won. Yeah, that's why we just said. Let's see what happens in the second game. Christopher might get a better hand and we might see this Blue Eyes deck fall apart. But it's unlikely that through these 10 rounds that Ash has only played one Spiral, you know.
Surely he's seen it at least a couple of times.
Yeah, yeah.
With Spiral dominating the breakdown list.
Yeah, maybe those are his 2 losses though. So,
could be, could
possible.
be. So let's hope, for Chris's sake, that he sees some playable cards in his hand this time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, as we've seen, Ash is ready to swarm the field with these Blue Eyes monsters.
So Chris sided out a bunch of Ash Blossoms, Troll Lockbird, Big Red, and sided in a ton of trap cards. Double Minded Crush, Triple Solemn Strike.
There we go.
So he's definitely
Does not want to see those Blue Eyes on the board.
Yeah, he's definitely going first. Yeah, I'm surprised that Christopher took the Ashes out, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're really good against Blue Eyes.
Yeah,
Blue Eyes still gets a reasonable advantage.
It has a decent amount of searching in the deck.
Yeah.
Cards like Melody of Awakening Dragon to search, Trade into draw, Card of Consonance to draw.
Yeah, there's a lot of draw
He's also
power in here.
playing at 1 Pot of Desires as well.
Yeah. Obviously we didn't see that yet, so possible that he's just not even thought about that.
You've got to assume that the Blue Eyes players playing the Trade-ins, Cards of Consonance, and the Melody Awakening Dragon.
Those ones, yeah, I think definitely you can assume that. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't
Maybe
leave
he
the
knows
Ash in.
something we don't.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason he bought the Ashes out.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he's just on that autopilot mode that I'm going first, I need to take out my hand traps. Wow, I think he's opened 2 trap cards there.
Double summon.
And there's a Soul Charge there as well. He's playing Soul Charge. Yeah, he's playing Soul Charge.
I thought it was. 1 monster.
Yeah.
With the double summon. What else has he got there?
Yeah, I think he's opened very unfortunately again.
Yeah.
So it's one of the trap cards is Strike. Yeah, I think it's 2 strikes. No, I can't see the second. Let's see if
Hopefully we can get a peek from the judges.
It's
yeah.
actually Rescue.
Ooh.
Oh wow, this is
It was 1 strike there, wasn't it?
Yeah, so 1 strike, Soul Charge, Rescue, Double Summon, Sleeper. That is
wow.
That is rough.
It is a set 2 and pass kind of turn right there.
Oh, that's an amazing.
And there's the Melody Awakening Dragon, the card
Yeah.
that we were talking about earlier.
That's an amazing hand for the Blue Eyes player. He's got
Wow.
Sage. He's got Sage as well. He's got Sage. He's got.
Is that Return of the
Ancient.
Dragon Lords?
Yeah, Return of the Dragon Lords. He's got.
With definitely a possibility to bring back the Dragon Spirit of White to banish one of those 2 face down cards.
Yeah, he's got White Stone of Ancient
Wow.
as well. Yeah.
No, we may be seeing Blue Eyes 2-0 here in a moment.
I can't believe this. This is just crazy.
Was that a Sage and the Stone in his hand as well?
Yeah, Sage and Stone.
Access to a Blue Eyes and 1 in the end phase as well.
Yep.
Wow.
So.
And
first,
yep,
the alternative.
here it comes.
Yeah.
If he hits the strike here,
Yeah.
or forces Chris at least to use it.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the thing. If he misses the strike, then he probably, well, maybe. I think he's probably just going to strike because he can't afford to leave that much damage on the field.
No, certainly not.
Actually, now that I think about it, though, it's kind of irrelevant because he's going to have Return of the Dragon Lords. That's going to be able to protect from strike. So, yeah, he's doesn't really matter.
Wow.
If he hits strike here,
As
that's
he hit the strike,
massive.
let's find out. He's chosen the 1.
I mean, this is the trouble. Do you risk it and play strike and hope your opponent doesn't realize he can play Return of the Dragon Lords? I think it's got to be.
Yeah, and he
he's
hit
gonna
the
play
strike,
it.
so he's forced it.
You can use Return of the Dragon Lords to protect it. It's going to take
Calculating the 1500 for the cost. So he has activated the card.
So yeah, I think he's pointing at it. I think he realizes.
Yep, there it is.
And then
he has his normal samurai main. We're going to see another Blue Eyes come out with the Sage and White Stone combo, and that's going to be game.
Yeah, absolutely. He has game right here. Wow.
Yep, there's the stone. And here comes the Sage. Yep. Another Blue Eyes from deck. Still plenty of targets in there. He might even get his... How many Dragon Spirit or Whites is he playing?
Just 2.
He has one. He has one more in deck. If he's worried about the last card, and then his board is exactly 8,000 at that point.
Yeah.
Unfortunate
Judges
for Chris.
just conferring what's going on here.
Yeah, and if he and indeed he has played the Dragon Spirit of White, banishing that last card.
Yeah, that's 8,000 as it is.
Yeah. And I think he knows it. I think 1, 2, 3.
Dragon Blast.
And that is game. Blue Eyes taking it 2-0 against Spiral.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a quick shutdown. Let's talk a little more about that in our post-match discussion. And we're back.
We are back.
That was a short game.
Blue Eyes.
Lockie, what happened?
Tell you.
What happened?
Blue Eyes, as I said, just overpowered.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Chris, he didn't see a favourable hand either game, and Ash was able to capitalise by just throwing those big dragons on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
What can you do?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I just have written down here, Spiral bricked.
Yeah.
And I think
unfortunately, that's what happened, and that looks like, it's the end of Chris's chances at the top cut at least, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Ash, on the other hand, is going to have a chance to go all the way through.
We'll have to see how the other rounds go, and we might see Blue Eyes make, hopefully, the finals.
Yeah. That's what
I can dream.
Lockie would like. So, before we leave for this round, let's take a look at our meta breakdown. So let's start with our beginning of yesterday of what our decks looked like. Okay, so here's the day 1 meta breakdown. So as you can see, Spiral with the most amount of decks represented there. We were a little bit confused, weren't we? Because we thought the Trickstar was going to be the next biggest.
Over the Pendulums, but
yeah, it seems to be more Pendulum Magicians. I think we put that down to the Pendulum Magicians are a little bit easier to get.
I was talking to a few people and they said, the accessibility of the Pendulum Magicians is why a lot of people are playing it.
Yeah. A lot of other decks, and then those kind of the five kind of tier 2 kind of decks. ABC, Invoked, Paleozoic, Blue Eyes, Dinosaur. They're not exactly what we expected. We were expecting...
we might see a few Light Sworn in there as well.
Yeah, Light Sworn.
I think they are in the other, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so a lot of that. Let's move on to our day 2, so the start of day 2 meta breakdown. See where we've gone. So we have a number of categories, but we've been able to fit them all on the screen, so you can see exactly what is being showed here. So Paleozoic, Burning Abyss.
Yeah.
What else we got, Lockie?
What else we got? Infernoids, Psyframe's still alive. World Chalice representing as well. Talonites and Blue Eyes all with 1. 2 Lightsworn decks and 2 Dino decks still in the running. 4 Lightsworn Zombie decks. 6 ABC, 3 Pendulum Magicians, 27 Trickstars and 67 Spirals still running strong. And here we have seen the Trickstars have taken over the Pendulum Magicians at this point of the day.
Yeah, and then what you said earlier about Light Swans, they are in competition as well.
They were hiding in that other category, and we've seen them here.
Yeah, obviously there are a number of these decks here that maybe these one-offs are kind of going to disappear when we make the top cut, but.
But interesting to see so many decks making day 2.
Yeah,
so many options, not just the big 3 we thought of.
Absolutely. So let's go back to what we were talking about in our meta discussion yesterday. What did we say was going to win?
I said Spirals was going to win.
You said Spiral was going to win. But what did you want to win?
I wanted Lightsworn to win.
You want Lightsworn to win.
And now I kind of want to see this Blue Eyes deck go the way.
I actually forgot what I said.
I think you said Pendulum Magicians.
Did I say Pendulum Magicians?
Yes, and I think you wanted the Musketeers to win.
Yeah, I wanted the Musketeers to win.
I don't think they've made it to day 2,
we didn't
unfortunately.
see any Musketeers, no.
The Mighty Musketeers fell on day 1, it seems.
Yeah, so let's look through our feature matches before we go. So, round 3, we're starting at round 3 because I didn't take notes in round 1 and 2.
It was the Spiral Mirror and the Invoked versus the Trickstars.
Yeah, the Invoked Dracos, wasn't it?
The Invoked Dracos.
Yeah, Invoked Dracos. We saw
Big Swords and Dancing Girls.
Big Swords and Dancing Girls. Yeah, it was very much that it was in favour of Trickstars for most of the match, and then suddenly our Invoked players played Masterpiece, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Masterpiece was able to just take over the whole board, and I think the same thing happened in the second game. We saw Masterpiece again, didn't we?
I think so. I think we did. Yes.
Yeah, and that was it. So yeah, so and the round one was Michael Duke.
Yeah, our reigning champion from last year.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look at see where.
See how he's ended up.
Yeah. But round 3 we had Tegan Matthews versus Stephen David. It was the Trickstar Windwitch versus Pendulum. We saw that Tegan was able to not really open too well in the first game, but Stephen had an amazing hand, so he was able to just make a huge Pendulum summon and get
Which is what
right
those
on.
Pendulum decks can do.
Yeah, exactly. And then Tegan was able to open up Crystal Wing with the Windwitch combo, but unfortunately Stephen had a Lava Golem to just take that out straight away, and that was
Trickster hit the field. He's like, yes, there is my second target for my Lava Golem.
Yeah, and that was all that she wrote in that one. Round 4, we had the Grendek versus Trickstars.
34,300. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, so we had the Grendek start in game 1. He played a duality, which immediately revealed to the Trickstar player that I'm playing this strange deck. It was very slow, but he was able to take the first game.
Away from
because it kind of grinded out a long time. We saw a couple of Eater of Millions from both players, and then eventually Grain came down and just attacked over one of the Trickstars for like 10,000 damage.
I think that was game 2, wasn't it?
Was that game 2? Oh yeah,
After he sided in his
game 2,
MVP card of the day.
Soul
was
Absorption.
This,
Sorry. The first game, the Trickstars took it out, and then game 2, we saw Soul Absorption. It was a crazy game. He got up to 7,700 life points, and we were like, oh my god, that's a lot of life points. And then game 3, he got all the way up to, we just hit time, and then he ended up on 34,300. That's a lot. That's a lot of life points. Yes, that was that. That was round 4. Round 5, we had ABC. ABC opened really well in that matchup, and then we saw Dark Hole being played against him, but it wasn't very effective because B was attached.
Yeah, protected, so unfortunately all it did was wipe out the Seraphonite that he had on board.
Yeah, and then we were able to kind of grind out a little bit more, and ABC finally won. And then game 2 was when we saw the Chaos Hunter tech from the ABC player. But it was immediately taken by the Borrowload Dragon,
Luckily he did have the Regeki.
He did have Regeki for that. But then he ended up losing, the ABC player ended up losing because of a big DD Crow.
Yes. DD Crow at the right time made the game.
Yeah. So on to round 6, we had a Spiral Mirror, and in game 1, it was a big grind game. Both of them got gammed right at the start, so we didn't really
a lot of cat and mouse.
We saw Mind Crush, bit of Gofu, that was pretty cool. So we saw double Mind Crush, I think. He like Mind Crushed the Spiral Resort, and then immediately saw another card and Mind Crushed that. I can't remember what that card was. But yeah, it was Poe, I can't remember his last name. He managed to retain control and win. And then we saw it was Glenn with the Jack Frost in game 3. He's been telling us that he played that Jack Frost, and he played it just for you guys at home, but then lost because he played it. Don't think that was the best choice. If you're on the live stream, play to win. Don't play to entertain us with Jack Frost.
We did appreciate it though.
We did appreciate it. And then round 7 and 8, we saw Cyframes in round 7 that didn't really work out.
Unfortunately, the whatever brought them this far didn't keep them going, but it certainly did make the day 2 cut. We saw that on the breakdown just before.
Yeah, and then in round 8 we saw Dinosaurs. We picked Dinosaurs, and they absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, they just bought the Dino power and just took down the win.
Yeah, that was really good. So all of those matches are going to be on Twitch and on YouTube, hopefully, for you guys to watch throughout the day while we're we're not online. But yeah, stay tuned with us. We're going to have an interview with our feature match winner, who is playing Blue Eyes, in just a few moments. Catch you guys soon.
See you soon. And we are back live at YCS Melbourne 2018 with our round 10 winner Ash, playing the Blue Eyes deck.
Yeah.
Loving it. So where are you from, mate? Where are you joining us from here in Melbourne?
Oh, I actually live in Melbourne now. I used to live in Queensland, but I live in Melbourne.
Made the move down? Awesome.
So it was very easy.
Must be right around the corner for you.
Well, yeah, I didn't have to travel. I got my friends coming down, so I chose to play. I got lent a lot of cards, so thank you to Lincoln, who lent me essentially the best cards in my deck, which are the 3 Ash Blossoms and evenly matched.
All the great hand traps.
Yeah, he lent them to me, and they've been great. Clearly, I drew double Ash in my game 1 and an Ash in game 2, and I thought, well, I think I'm in a pretty good spot.
Certainly. So what made you choose the Blue Eyes matchup for this weekend?
I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh much very often. Like I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh a lot anymore. I play once every 6 months on a national on Oshi's YCS because I have a lot of commitments. So, and I always used to want to play the best deck or like the second best deck, but now I've done what I've wanted to do in Yu-Gi-Oh, so I just try to enjoy myself.
That's awesome.
I genuinely believe it could compete. I believe it did good things in the meta, and I believe it had a decent SPYRAL matchup. Obviously, you have to draw a decent hand, and if your opponent opens like SPYRAL set like 2 hand traps, no matter what deck you were playing, you were probably gonna lose.
Yeah.
So I thought, I don't think I'm good enough to win the SPYRAL mirror consistently. I didn't want to play Tricksters. I didn't want to play Pendulum. And I just saw this deck, and I believe it had a lot of merits. It did a lot of good things. There's certain auto wins, Soul Charge, Skill Drain.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to play, and I always wanted to play this deck at an event. I just always wanted to.
It's a great deck. It's what I played last year at YCS, I was saying before.
It's a year and a half old, but I twisted it around, and I just enjoyed it.
Yeah, and obviously it's worked well for you. It's brought you this far.
Hopefully.
So what are some of your matches you've seen over the weekend so far?
So I've played 5 SPYRALs.
5, there we go, 5 SPYRALs.
I'm 3-1-1 against SPYRALs. I played 160 card deck, 1 Trickster, 1 True Draco Zoo, 1 ABC, and I think that that makes it 10.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah. So a bit of SPYRAL, and you've obviously managed to overcome the SPYRAL puzzle that we were mentioning before.
Yeah.
Something's working this deck, and
yeah, well, especially when it's kind of sad these games were like you didn't really draw well.
Yeah.
And I managed to put game
bit
on board.
Unfortunate for Chris on that turn, and then
I managed to have game on board.
8,000 worth of dragons with an empty field.
That happened.
And that was it.
That has probably happened out of all the games I've won. Probably happened 60% of the time, where the deck puts you on a time clock as well, because 3,000 attack points is very big. So.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, mate, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Best luck for the rest of the day. We'll be back soon with more live coverage from YCS Melbourne 2018. We'll see you soon.